How did I get into psychology is sort of an interesting question. My father worked for the airlines, and I was brought up in a really small town in the middle of nowhere, so we got to travel all throughout the world pretty much for free, so I got to meet all these different people, and they were so different. And then there was something about them that was all the same, and I couldn't quite figure out how somebody could be so different from me and come from such a different place and then still connect and be so similar and have such similar experiences. I did a lot of different things before I got into psychology, but once I figured out that this is what I wanted to do, it sort of fit. There was a puzzle that I could try to work on and figure out why something could look so different and yet be the same. Neuropsychological assessments, I think, are important as a way of helping to figure out what's going on with the individual. There's so many different things that could be going on. The way that our brain works, the way that we process information is important, along with understanding how our emotions and behaviors fit into that. By doing a thorough neuropsychological assessment, we look at both the way that people process emotions, but we also look at the way that they process general information. And without those two going together, you can't really understand a person. We recently had a case where somebody was diagnosed with a learning disability because they were assessed on only their cognitive abilities. But when you looked at the psychological processing, you could see that actually the problem that was going on was more of a thought disorder and not a learning disability. And without doing an assessment in that sense and fully encompassing assessment, you're never going to know how that works. And so that's why I find that so helpful. My goals for when I'm working with clients are based on what the client needs and what they want. It's important to understand that sometimes people need something different than what they want, but you have to start with what they want and get them to where they need. It's always client-driven and also culturally sensitive in understanding that what their needs are and what their wants are can be influenced by the culture and also by the environment that they're living in currently.